Hey guys, it's Lindsay from Perfectly Bookish 5. Come to the Leigh Bardugo book tour with me. Leigh Bardugo is on, while I'm making this video, is on her tour for her new book, The Familiar. It is out there currently, and I was fortunate enough that she came to my town and I got to go see her. Hers was a huge event, so we actually went to a college campus and used one of their huge rooms to see her talk. Her talk was a little different than other author book tours that I have been to before. Leigh came out on stage. She gave the shortest little information about her new book, and she was saying because it is so new, she doesn't want to really dive into the book and talk about it. She doesn't want to give any spoilers, so she just gave a little introduction, and then there was a bucket. As you were walking into the place, you could write questions you had for her and put them in that bucket. So there was no moderator, it was just Leigh doing her thing up on stage. And unfortunately, the clip I took, I cut it off before she got to this really funny part in the story. She was saying how when she was young, I believe kindergarten, that she was at a school that they practiced religion, but she was Jewish. So every day when they practiced their religion, they would sit down, close their eyes, and have God talk to them. She had to sit down and just be calm, and she could think of what her God would be saying to her. But she would keep her eyes open because she liked to observe what was going on. Her teacher caught her one day and she got in trouble for it, and she got put into a room with the door closed. Problem being, there was this huge window and it overlooked the playground. This playground had 2 swings, and the swings were so very popular that when it was recess time, it was a fight to get to those swings. So then Leigh had a thought, well, no one is out on the playground right now, so I'm gonna go to the swings. Oh, and I forgot to say, when she was put in that room, she was told, let God speak to you. So she ran outside to go to those swings, and of course she got in trouble. You can't just leave the building. I mean, the teacher and me, when I was listening to her talk, was like, ooh, you'll be in so much trouble for running out there without permission, no supervision. So her teacher came out there, was mad, like, what are you doing out here? Well, I can hear God clearer out there. So that was the funny story she started out with, and it related to something else she was saying. But Leigh was very funny with all her answers and very respectful. If you haven't read any of her other books, she wasn't giving things away with her answers. So that was nice. And it was just a fun, different way for her to talk and answer fans' questions. If I could change anything about the signing, there are just 2 things towards the end. It was how we lined up for the signing and the signing process, like once we got to Leigh. When Leigh was done talking, she went where she had to go for the book signing part, and someone that runs the event went up on stage and gave a little spiel, and then ended up saying, now when I walk off the stage, we are lining up over there. Please be kind to those around you. Don't run and line up. Wait till I get off the stage. And of course, it was chaos trying to get to that one corner. I just wish it was more organized. We had rows. There were 3 sections, middle, 2 ends. You could have released us by rows, and it could have been a lot better, because there was at least 3 different lines going to Leigh. And like my friends and I, we just didn't know where to go, so we just kind of stayed where we are and kind of moved with the flow of the line. So that was really messy, and I think it could have been done a little smoother. And the line itself, you weren't allowed any pose pictures. That's why you just see side views of me and what I will insert. And like, I don't know why that you couldn't pose for a picture, and like you couldn't even really say anything to her. It was a whirlwind. I felt like I didn't even get to say anything. Your books were given to her, and before I even realized it was my turn, like my books were signed and I was being pushed along. You were able to give someone your phone and they just kind of clicked your way through. And I'm not sure why. I went to a Cassandra Clare signing in October, and Cassandra had just as many people as Leigh did. Like, there were hundreds and hundreds of people here. It was a lot. I mean, we had to go to a college campus instead of the bookstore to have this event. So I'm just not sure why, like, we could pose for a quick photo. Like, too, if someone else has your camera, it could be fast. Just turn, click, move. But I just felt really rushed, and that you didn't even get a moment to say, like, hi. So those were the only two things that I would change. Otherwise, it was really fun. My friends and I had a good time. Like I said, Leigh was hilarious. I loved her responses to the different questions that she had. Just very kind. I'm glad I was able to go and see her on tour. And you were able to bring one other book with you to get signed besides the book she was there for on tour. So here we have The Familiar, and it's cool because it's hard to tell. I don't think you can, but there's a little embossed like stamp of a pomegranate here, because the inside of the book, like, there has to be some significance in the book with that. And here's Leigh's signature, very, very quick with her signature. And then the other book that I brought of hers that I already owned to be signed was Six of Crows, her signature as well. So please enjoy the little clips that come next. I really didn't film much of her talk because I wanted to be in the moment, not watching through my phone. So there's a short clip, and thanks for watching, guys.
The Familiar, please welcome Leigh Bardugo.
Wow, okay, I cannot see anything, but I can hear you, so that's good. First of all, thank you all for being here. I said on Instagram recently that launching a book is like the first day of school. You're like, what do I wear? Will anybody like me? And so having you all here is kind of like walking into the cafeteria and being like, oh, I have some place to sit. That's good. So thank you. I'm just going to talk a little bit, and then we'll do questions and answers. There's a ton of them, so I'm excited. We used to do a thing where we'd run around with a live mic, but we lost a lot of time, but I will read the names, so if you want to stand up and shout at me, I will be thrilled. Usually I can like see the faces. Maybe my eyes will adjust. I don't know. So in talking about The Familiar, I sort of was racking my brain about what to say about this book because I'm assuming most of you haven't read it yet. Did anybody read it?
Yes.
Yay! That's actually kind of reassuring. You probably got your copies today. Smart one am I. But I hope you liked it, by the way. Good. No, I came to tell you how much I hated it. Weirder things have happened, you know. So I didn't want to give away spoilers. And in talking about like trivia about the Spanish Inquisition gets kind of depressing really fast. So I was talking about this with my mom, and she said, you should, it's interesting, Lucia is so much better at being meek than you are. And I was like, thanks? Is that a compliment? I think it's a